What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video and another day, another faction crypt open, guys. Now, in today's video, we're actually going to have a look at a different boss. To be honest with you guys, I can see that not many of you guys are interested in this topic whatsoever. I can see it based on the views that I have on the videos, the live streams that I've made related to Faction Wars Hard Mode. I know barely any of you guys care about it, but you know what? I'm still going to do the guides for the people that actually care about it. So, in today's video, we're actually going to dive into the Bannerlord Crypt. We had the Lizardman, no boss in here, so I've just went in and melted whatever I had there. But for the Bannerlord Crypts, we are actually unlocking a new boss today. Now, yesterday, I made a different guide on the other boss that we had unlocked for the Shadowkins and the Demon Spawns. Was pretty much the same boss. This one, I actually forgot his name, so let's quickly check. Tainted Mirrorer. If you guys remember the boss from the regular Faction Wars, the one that will actually transfer all of the debuffs from himself to one of your champions and spread the debuffs, then of course, exchange the HP levels when he gets too low on the HP. So then you're gonna need to kill him pretty quick. Now this one got a massive upgrade, okay? Because right now, he places fear and block active skills for one turn, or at least he has a chance. The more buffs on himself, the higher the chance. With the AoE attack, he pretty much does the same thing. Steals all buffs from all enemies, transfers all debuffs from himself to a target, applies a debuff spread, taking all debuffs and placing them on all the other enemies, and then increases the duration of all buffs on all allies by a turn, and increases the duration of all debuffs on all enemies by one turn. So it's definitely something that you want to dodge as much as possible. He exchanges the remaining HP. Then the HP level of all enemies will be brought down to the level of the enemy with the lowest HP. Now, this changed as well, because before he was not basically leveling up the HP for all of your team. He was just stealing the HP from one of the champions, and that's it. Usually, he's basically transferring it, but only when he gets on very low HP. Now, I really doubt it that they've changed the mechanic that triggers the boss to use the A3 skill. That's usually happening when the boss is at about this much HP left, okay? We're gonna see if they actually changed it, but I really do not think so. So that can be very dangerous, because the HP of all of your champions will be brought down to nothing, okay? So one flick and they're gonna die, okay? That means that either you're going to prioritize a strong damage dealer in your team to try and take him down before he gets to use that skill. Either, once again, you're still gonna need a good damage dealer, but you're gonna need a good healer as well that can quickly bring back your team in terms of HP. If not, if you're not gonna be able to heal them, most likely you're going to die. Then he has some pretty weird passive. Has a chance to convert all active debuffs that are placed on himself into the mirrored equivalent buffs, and has a chance to convert all active buffs on our team into the equivalent of debuffs, to revert them. So you want to avoid having too many buffs like increase speed, increase attack, increase defense, etc., because that can be a problem, unless you are running a protection set and your buffs will get protected. Then you won't be able to actually do that. The rest of the things are pretty straightforward. He is prone to Terminator manipulation, 50% only though. So I'm going to use this team. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to beat the boss with this team. I don't want to bring my OP champions, to be honest with you guys. I want to, as I've told you before, I want to try and give you guys a couple of different options. Now, Kaja the Rai, in my opinion, she's kind of like a bit of a must in here, because she cleanses when Timid is on the same team, fully cleanses, and gives you immunity for one turn, okay? So that's mainly the main thing that you want from her. Thankfully, she was guaranteed to through a deck of fate. Timid the Fool was a fusion, so a lot of you guys will have these champions available on your account. And she does a bit of healing with A1, but nothing crazy. And you have a speed aura for all battles. We're gonna use Timid the Fool. Now, you will want to make sure you have this skill available at a boss, because it will be pretty important. The side minions that they provoke, they put reflect damage on themselves, and that reflect damage actually hurts. Comparing it with when I'm using reflect damage on one of my champions, and the enemies basically take no damage back, right? I'm like, what? Either way, it seems like he's a buffed version or something. So you can actually use this to decrease the duration of that. We're going to use Stagnite for defense down and decrease attack, decrease speed. That will enhance our damage dealers to put in slightly higher numbers on the waves as well to kill them. We're going to use Archmage Helmet. We're going to have a stun. We're going to have a bit of damage from him. A lot of buffs, which honestly I do not really want to use at the boss. And we're going to use Rathalos. Rathalos was a free champion. He's not necessarily the best for this fight because I'm not bringing any HP burn in here. But I am hoping that he's going to be able to do a lot of damage versus the boss. If not, we might have to basically take a different route, bring in a different damage dealer. Quintus is a very solid option as well because he hits really hard with A1. So we might explore that avenue. If now we have Rhonda, that was a free champion as well. She can be pretty nice as well, hopefully. The main thing that I'm worried about Rhonda is having a champion dead or something like that. And before I get to revive, her proccing the passive and killing the boss, and that basically can cost me the 3 stars. You gotta be very careful with that. It happens with Carnage as well. I've seen a lot of you guys actually commented yesterday on the video that you messed it up because Carnage counterattacked and killed the boss and you had to revive. So that can happen as well with Rhonda. Keep that in mind as well. So, that being said, let's dive straight into the run, see if we can actually beat the boss with this team or if we need to make adjustments. So, yes, I can buff right here if I need to. It's not a necessity because you're not really getting any benefits out of it. We'll end a couple of stuns, put that defense down. And with Rathalos, we're going to use the AoE. Rathalos, not Rathalos or whatever the heck I said there. We're going to use this skill right here. Now, one of the main things that we really want to do is kill that Ugo before we kill the other ones to make sure she's not going to revive, right? It's fine if right now she's actually going to proc that cleanse or whatever. I don't necessarily think that the other enemies will be our biggest concern. Yes, they might do a bit of damage, but I think we're going to be able to pick them up just fine, right? We do have a reviver in case if we need it. We do not have very good healing, okay? So that can be one of the main issues for this team, but we're going to see once we get at the boss. I'm hoping to kill the boss before it gets to use the A3 skill. So I'm not going to buff right now with the A3 because it's pointless. I will try to stun. Nobody got a stun, okay? So we're going to put the defense down. And we're going to use the AoE attack again. We haven't killed that Ugo, but I'm going to try to kill it right now. And the next target that I want to kill is Maneater, so he doesn't put that unkillable. I'm going to go for Big An. He's actually going to manipulate Thermiter, land stuns on us, which can be pretty annoying. I'm not too concerned about that Skull Crusher, to be honest. So, unfortunately, he got a counterattack there. I can buff right now, not self-buff. I'm not sure why I keep saying that recently. So I can buff right there. And I'm going to try to go for Skull Crusher. Get him low. I don't want him to counterattack if it's not necessary. I'm still pretty low on the HP right now. Okay, so I might let him take a turn, or I'm going to go straight to kill him. And we did not have enough damage to kill him. Okay, they buffed right there. Ooh, and we have that healing reduction. So my Rathalos is already low. Hopefully I have the right masteries on him. I'm not going to use this skill because the boss will use this skill directly. And I will not debuff the boss either at the moment, okay? So I can debuff the minions, not a problem. Okay, so we have Life Drinker on the masteries, which is good. So right now, I'm actually going to try to see if I can put a fear on. They still took a turn, you see, so they have the reflect damage on. We have the provoke, so I'm going to try to do a cleanse. I'm not going to buff. I'm going to try to put this on if I can. See if it will work. Decrease speed on the boss, you see. Everything changed from the passive, which really sucks, man. That's a nasty passive on the boss. It's a very nasty passive. I'm going to try to decrease all of the duration of those buffs that the boss just got. And from here, I really need to try and basically kill the ads. We lost one of the champions, block active skills. So on my Kaja, I actually have resistance to make sure the boss will not control her. So let's bring the revive. Okay, Timid uses that skill. Beautiful. I can try to put a stun a bit. You see how much reflect damage we're getting back is actually insane. Comparing it with WoW with with what we would normally do. So I'm gonna use this skill. We kill them, which is fine. I can put a cleanse without a problem because the boss still has a 2-turn cooldown on that skill. I will use this skill right now. I'm not going to buff with him because that's dangerous. That is very dangerous. I'm gonna attempt to put a decreased speed. I'm gonna use this on the boss. Okay, let's try to kill the side minion. Okay, I'm gonna keep that A2 available. The boss right now will transfer buffs and debuffs, so that's going to be very dangerous, okay? Look at that. You see? Thankfully, he attempted to do it on Kaja, and Kaja got resisted. So this is something that I have not thought about, okay? Basically, the boss seems to prioritize the lead, not the lower HP or anything like that. So as long as you're putting high resistance on your lead champion, the boss will resist to transfer the debuffs from himself. And because of it, he cannot place them on the other champions. So bang bang, 200 IQ strategy right there. Something that I haven't thought before because I did not realize that he will target Kaja. But now we know it, okay? So that's something that will give us a massive advantage in this fight, actually. Now, my problem is still the same. I do not have healing, okay? I really do not have any healing at all. So I'm going to try to land debuffs again. I'm going to try to do that. Do a bit of damage. So right now, the boss will attempt to use the A3 most likely. I won't be able to kill him. And thankfully, he did not trigger the A3 yet. So probably is at around at this level. Where is my mouse cursor? Right here. So this gives me the chance to quickly kill him before he gets to make a move. Okay? So we go A1, A1. Rathalos has this skill available. No increased attack. But let's hope that we do enough damage. And we are at turn count 98. We gotta keep an eye on that. We did not kill him with that. And unfortunately, I'm going to get to turn count 100 right now when I'm taking a turn with Kaja. Which means that I won't restart it. So I'm gonna back out of here. And I'm gonna try it again. So I think I've wasted a bit of time on waves, to be honest with you guys. I could drop Archmage Helmut out of the team. And instead of him, maybe bring in... should I bring in Ronda, man? I'm pretty scared about bringing in Ronda, to be honest with you guys. So I'm trying to see what other damage dealer I could potentially bring in here. Ronda is really dangerous. She can trigger the boss to utilize the A3 more often as well. So many things could potentially go wrong with Ronda. I could bring in a Septimus, enemy max HP, that only does 10% of the damage, actually. So it's not as great. I feel like I still need to try it with him. I might give it another go with him. If that fails, I might consider him bringing Quintus in here. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see if we get to that part. So let's do that again. Now Stag Knight does get a lot of weak hits. There are a lot of magic champions on the waves as well. So hopefully this will do a bit of better damage. I should put Soul Reap on my Rathalos, to be honest. I feel like that could potentially solve some of my problems. Because if I don't do enough damage, like in that case, the Soul Reap should proc and kill them. Okay. So no need to boost there either. I can buff with him. Give me an extra turn, please. No extra turn. So I'm going to try to take that Ugo down, or as much as I can. Let's see if we can land some fear on them. I could boost the turn meter now to make sure I'm going in front of them, possibly. Okay, so that's good. That's good. And let's take Ugo down. AoE with him. Okay. 24 turns. We gotta keep an eye on the turn count, because this boss is more challenging than the other one. And that's mainly because if he gets to steal your HP, you're in trouble, okay? You're really in trouble. Okay, so maybe right here we gotta come back in with better firepower. So you know, I'm gonna try Ronda. If I'm hoping we're not gonna have issues, but we're gonna see. I just need a bit of more damage. You see, that can happen on the boss at the wrong moment, and that can cost you a lot, okay? So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so that's done. I can use that. Beautiful. So 4 turns. Much, much better. A1. Seems like Ronda, she is not messing around this time around. She's actually proccing that freaking passive like crazy. So let's kill Ugo. Let's try to kill Maniter. Not enough firepower, unfortunately. So I'm going to try to see if I can put a fear on them. Ronda proc that again. Okay, Maniter got feared, which is good. So we're going to try to kill him as well. A1. Another A1. Beautiful. Damn, stop counterattacking, bro. Die. Okay, and now we have one enemy. But I'm going to go for Skull Crusher. I want to get him low. I can actually use the A2, but I really want to have that available at the boss. So this is on a 4-turn cooldown. I really do not want to use it. It will speed up my run, but let's try. It might be a mistake. The extra turn brings it down to 3. Maybe I can proc another extra turn from the Relentless set, and that might help me out. We're gonna see. Ronda take him down, and then we have one enemy left. You see, Ronda's passive right now, it procs non-freaking stop. We got at the boss much faster, which is great. We should be killing the side minions much, much faster, which once again is great. Okay, so lock active skills, block active passives and stuff. It shouldn't really make a difference here. So I'm going to use this skill in the hope to kill that enemy, because he's going to put a provoke on us and reflect damage on himself. Okay, so he's dead. Beautiful. We have all of these debuffs. I'm going to cleanse now, because the boss already used the skill. So I'm going to try to land debuffs on the boss. Decrease speed. You see, he has the increased defense, which is nasty. I'm going to go with the AoE with Ronda. I'm going to go with the AoE with him as well. Ronda proccing the passive. I will use this AoE as well, because why not? Let's hit the boss. Okay. Block active skills on him, which is not as relevant. We're going to try to take the side minion down. Okay. We can use this to drop the defense down from the boss. So we have 47 turn count. Extra turn. Beautiful. We're going to go A1 again. Boost that turn meter a bit on himself. Ratalos. It's no point to use the A2 right now. I'll rather attempt to put defense down, but that did not work according to the plan. Okay, so we need that cleanse right now, to be honest. We really need that cleanse. So we get rid of that block active skills. Please give me an extra turn. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So we can remove the buffs from the boss. Extra turn again. Let's go A1. I really need that defense down from Stagnite, man. I really need that defense down. Okay, we got a decreased speed. So right now, I'm going to try to go with the A3. We have a lot of buffs on, and I kind of missed that. You see, it happened again. The boss went for the lead, and because we have the high resistance, we don't really have to worry about it too much. Now, my Ronda is pretty low on HP. Please give me an extra turn. No extra turn, unfortunately, to get rid of those buffs from the boss. We have the decreased speed. Give me the decreased defense. Ratalos, now is your chance to shine, baby. Not enough damage, unfortunately. And the boss swapped the HP. Okay, so now I'm very low on HP. The boss can probably absolutely wreck my entire team, including my Kaja. So this is something that we really want to avoid, okay? So if you don't have very good healers in the team, this is not going to work. So right now, I literally cannot get any healing, okay? So my Kaja is going to die. The rest are going to die. So it's pointless to continue with this. I'm going to have to come back and somehow try to utilize the skills better. Maybe hope for slightly better RNG. So I don't have to worry about the boss using that skill. But you've seen exactly how that works, right? That's exactly what I was explaining you at the beginning. So we're going to go with the AoE. A Soul Rip would be perfect. That's literally what is missing from our blessings right here. So no point to boost that turn meter now. Let's see if we can put a decrease speed on her. Extra turn. Give me another one. Give me another one. No extra turn. I'm going to try to kill her. Beautiful. I'm going to try to go for that man-eater. Of course, I do not have enough firepower without the increased attack, so that's something to keep in mind. Stagnite, maybe. I will cleanse right now because Ronda is in trouble. So they will do a lot of counterattacks now. He got provoked. I will try to get him down. I will try to get him down here. Weak hit, unfortunately. I'm going to use this skill to drop all of the buffs that they have. I'm going to use the A1. Ronda in your corner. Take that big un down. He is a bit of a threat as well. He's dead as well. We have one enemy left, which should be going down now. So we have 75 turns to deal with the boss. We do not want to put debuffs on the boss at the moment. We only want to debuff the side minions, okay? So let's do that. No buff, so the boss cannot really steal anything. We got the defense down on the boss. Beautiful. So A1 right there. Provoke, lots of debuffs. We're going to try to cleanse everything. We're going to try to put a decrease attack. Unfortunately, that did not work according to plan. The reflect damage really, really hurts. So I'm going to try to do an AoE. Even if he dies, that's fine. We're going to revive. I will try to put this on. Okay, so we have 2 champions dead. We're going to revive them now. Okay, Timid using that skill. That reflect damage really freaking hurts, man. Like, honestly, it hurts too much, I think. So I'm going to go A1 on the boss. A1 again with her. She only heals Timid, unfortunately. We're going to use the A2. We're going to use the A3. One of the minions down. Ronda doing a bit of damage. The good thing is that the boss at the moment does not hit extremely, extremely hard. But that passive on the boss is still very nasty. So we're going to take that down. We're going to bring in the cleanse. Thankfully, we have protection gear on Kaja. So that immunity can become protected. I'm going to attempt to land that defense down. Beautiful. Let's boost a bit that Thermitter. Stagnite. Just A1. We want to keep the other skill available. And Ronda, do a bit of damage, please. Okay, so now the boss will try to transfer that. Seems like, even though Kaja got resisted this time around, the boss still managed to transfer them to the other ones. So I'm not sure exactly what happened the first time. I thought that the boss will not be able to do it, but it seems like this time around he was able to do it, even though Kaja got resisted. So very, very strange. So we lost 3 of our champions again. So I feel like I really need Quintus as a damage dealer in here, by the looks of it. So bring in some damage. I do not want to deal too much damage now because the boss might actually use that A3 skill. So let's go A1. Okay. Let's see. What is the boss going to do now? A1. Okay, so he used the A1. We got to drop that, the buffs from the boss, though. We got the fear, which really, really sucks, unfortunately. So I'm going to try to go with this skill. And bang, we got it. 3 stars, okay? Maybe we don't need Quintus. 76 turns. Rathalos does deal a lot of damage versus bosses, which is the one of the main reasons why I used him in the team. So that was pretty smooth this time around. Even though we lost a lot of champions, we revived with Kaja, we got the job done, but we had no healing. If the boss was going to use the A3 skill and equalize the HP on all of my champions, we were going to get absolutely demolished, okay? Let me just quickly show you the builds that I have on the champions. So if we're going to go recently used first, this is Timid the Fool. He's on Relentless. These are his total stats. So he doesn't have crazy stats by any means, okay? 85k HP is low for HP Nuker, 206 speed, 257 crit damage, 370 accuracy, which is pretty good. As a blessing, I actually have Cruelty on him. No Masteries, right? No Relic. That is my Ronda, Savage, and Speed. Really not crazy stats. Yes, slightly high crit damage, but the attack is really low on her, considering that she has a blessing as well. So 6.7k attack, 229 speed, full crit, 311 crit damage. Of course, the Ascension plays an important role. No Relic. I do have a blessing on her, which is a 4-star, and I do have Masteries on Ronda, of course. Then moving on to Kaja the right, no Masteries. No blessing. I did give her this relic just to have higher resistance on her. Purely just for the resistance. And a 9-piece protection build. So I have 488 resistance on her. 294 speed, 74k HP, 3.8k defense. Then we have Stagnite, Relentless, Perception. To be honest, I think this is the best build from the entire team. Okay, this one right here. On him. 68k HP, 3.3k attack, 3.7k defense, 284 speed, full crit rate, 186 crit damage, 470 accuracy. I do have a 4-star blessing on him, no relic, and these are the masteries, okay? So I think the best build from all of these champions is on Stag Knight. And we had Rathalos, which is in the vault. Seems like he is on a 6-piece Merciless. These are his total stats. 7.1k attack, 215 speed, full crit rate, 220 crit damage. Actually, very low crit damage. I'm not even sure why. Let me just see if I can ascend something for the future, because I might use him again. Okay, we got HP there. So, this is attack. Okay, this is attack. That's one of the main reasons why it's so low. And it seems like I do not have another one. Maybe this one gives me crit damage. No, attack again. But at least it gave me crit damage there. So if I'm going to level it up, maybe I'm getting at least one roll on crit damage. Come on. Maybe double. Maybe none. Okay, that's fine. It still gives me 11 crit damage back if I'm equipping it. I will lose some attack. Seems like the banner was not maxed either. So these were his total stats. No relic. As a blessing, I have Haven Cast. I really think Soul Reap would have been much, much better. And these are the masteries. War Master on him. That's it for today's video. Keep in mind that my area bonuses for Faction Wars is maxed, and I will strongly recommend you to work on it and get it maxed. Now, this guide will apply to every single boss for every single faction that will have this boss on the rotation, okay? So when you see this boss, you know exactly what you need to do based on this video. Of course, you will have to pick different champions because each faction will have different champions, but having a cleanser, an immunity is actually going to be really, really important. Preferably, that champion to have high resistance and protection. As usual, much love, appreciate all of you guys watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.